What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever NFL Week Predictions. I'm your host, Frosted Pharaoh, and today we're going to be doing Week 1 predictions. And we're going to be doing all the way to Week 18, and then the playoffs, and then the Super Bowl that the Chiefs hopefully win. Okay, so really how this is going to work, we're just going to go through every single game. Some of these games will go less in depth because if I just feel like, oh, this is obviously going to be a win. But some of these games, like the Cardinals and Titans, will go more in depth because, yeah, those are harder to predict. So let's get started with the game we have tomorrow. The Cowboys and the reigning defending pieces of crap champions, the Buccaneers. Okay, so the Cowboys, they got Dak back. New defense, Micah Parsons. The Buccaneers got everyone back. Plus Joe Tryon and some other rookies that we don't need to go over. Yeah, the Buccaneers are going to win this game. I don't know if this is going to be a blowout because the Buccaneers secondary wasn't the greatest because they gave up a lot of points. And plus they gave up around 20 points in the playoffs aside from the Super Bowl, which we don't need to talk about. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers here. Alright, next up we got the Seahawks and the Colts. Seahawks, they got a good offense with Russell Wilson when he's not getting killed. And the Colts have a great defense led by Darius Leonard. They obviously drafted Kwity Paye in the draft. Now, the question is Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson coming back from injury yet? I honestly don't know. But I think even if Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson were starting, I'd still go with the Seahawks, and that's what I'm going to do. Now we got to talk about one of the worst games of the week, and the Jaguars and the Texans. Yeah, a few years ago, I would have said the Texans right away, but Deshaun Watson's not playing. You got Tyrod Taylor. And at some point, Davis Mills is supposed to start. Are any Texans fans alive at this point? Obviously, Trevor Lawrence will be making his regular season debut, as we saw him in the preseason. So really, this is a game that honestly could go either way. But honestly, I'm going to pick the Jaguars. I did not expect it coming into this season. Okay, next up we got the Eagles and the Falcons. Two teams that are kind of aggravating when it comes to the predictions. Because the Eagles, obviously, last year got swept by the Washington football team, split with the Giants, split with the Cowboys. And obviously that's what drove Carson Wentz away, and that's what made him start Jalen Hurts. But obviously they still have Joe Flacco and Gardner Minshew. You treat him right. And so with this game, and the Falcons, they pissed me off so bad I stopped picking them. And then against the Chargers, I actually went ahead and picked them, and the Chargers won. And I was even more upset about that. So now, have I learned my lesson? Absolutely not, because I'm going with the Falcons. Because I don't trust Jalen Hurts' O-line, aside from Jason Kelce, and they lost Jason Peters too. Okay, what's next? Next up, you got the Chargers and the Washington football team. Really thought you would have picked the name by now. So yeah, the Chargers obviously have Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Herbert still going. Washington has Ryan Fitzpatrick with that magical beard. This is a game that could go either way. I don't think this game will be utterly high scoring. It might be in the low 20s, maybe high 20s. And Chase Young, he might get on Justin Herbert a lot. I mean, Joey Bosa could do the same thing to Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm going to go with the Chargers, but I'm obviously rooting for Washington. Next up, you got the Steelers and you got the Bills. I actually have one of the Steelers linebackers autographed down on my my movie shelf, but I'm not going to get it right now. Does that make me biased to the Steelers? No, because I don't know what I got in Big Ben, and that O-line obviously losing Pouncey, Villanueva, and there was someone else I don't remember right now. The Bills obviously went really far, AFC Championship game where they got blown out by us. Let's go. But the Bills, I think they're going to be a much better team. Obviously, they got Greg Russo in the draft. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills. And obviously, before I forget, TJ Watt's status for Week 1 is not decided because of his contract. So glad I did not take the Steelers defense in fantasy. I took the Ravens and the Chiefs for my backup. Okay, next up, you got the 49ers against the Lions. Yeah, 49ers. come on, man. I mean, the Lions just lost Danny Amendola, even though he's a free agent. My bad. 49ers got everyone back. Bosa's back. I know Sherman is obviously dealing with some legal issues. We're not going to get into that. But the 49ers are healthy again. And the Lions suck. I mean, Jared Goff maybe revamped what he had when they went to the Super Bowl, even though they only scored 3 points. We scored 9. Shut up. So, obviously, I got to go with the 49ers. Next up, you got the Vikings and the Bengals. I think this will be an actually closer game than we think. Just because of Joe Burrow, I think we'll be able to keep them in the game. Maybe Jamar Chase will not drop every pass that's thrown at him. Sorry, Jamar. But honestly, I'm going to go with the Vikings. Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen should have a good game. Okay, now we got the Jets and the Panthers. Sam Darnold's just going to have the mean look on his face when he sees the Jets. But they don't have Adam Gase anymore. Zach Wilson, the 17-year-old, the youngest quarterback to ever lead his team into an NFL game. Just messing. I'm going to go with the Panthers on this one. Next up, we got this might be the game of the week that people will actually go back on YouTube and re-watch the highlights. You got the Cardinals and the Titans. Why is this game so, big? Well, because the offenses are both awesome. Obviously, the Titans have Julio Jones now. And obviously Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown. And the Cardinals obviously have DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Kirk. They obviously drafted Randall Moore. But they also have, the Cardinals brought in J.J. Watt for a lot of money. But honestly, the Cardinals defense, the secondary is not good besides from Buda Baker. Patrick Peterson is obviously gone. And the Titans defense is not that good either. I am going to assume that Caleb Farley might have a good game. I'm going with the Titans, but I can see the Cardinals winning. Because I just don't know what I have in the Cardinals, because I always expect them to do better, and they never do it. Next up, you got the Browns and the Chiefs. Arguably could be the AFC Championship game. Yeah, Chiefs. Tough one. Almost went with the Browns. Bazinga. Chiefs. Next up, we got a very interesting matchup. You got the Dolphins and the Patriots. Tua coming in for his second year. His first full year should be, unless they want to bring in Jacoby Brissett to just start, because you know what? Tua, you're just not good. I'm not ready to say Tua's a bust. I got to see more of Tua. Mac Jones is obviously now the starter in New England because they released Cam Newton. Here's the thing. I'm picking the Patriots not morely because of Mac Jones, but because of Bill Belichick. Because if there's anything that man can do, it's get into young quarterbacks' heads. He's done it with Patrick Mahomes. He's done it with Josh Allen. I think he pretty much did it to Lamar Jackson. You can argue with the rain, but honestly, I think Bill Belichick has something to do with that too. He is Palpatine. But anyway, I'm going to go with the Patriots. I can see the Dolphins winning, but usually the Dolphins always lose to the Patriots the first time. Now we got the Broncos and the Giants. Broncos, naming Teddy Bridgewater the starter. Did not see that coming. I thought Teddy would start somewhere in the middle of the season. The Giants putting all their stuff into Daniel Jones, getting Kenny Golladay, Kyle Rudolph, Kadarius Toney, they drafted him. Saquon's back, but that O-line I still don't have faith in because I don't think they drafted an O-lineman in the draft. Which is funny because Giants fans were all like, where's all the O-linemen? When not every time they always draft a guy, they always like with Andrew Thomas in the 2020 draft, they're like, why are we drafting Andrew Thomas when Isaiah Simmons is right there? I'm going to go with the Broncos, but I'm rooting for the Giants. Now we got the Packers and the Saints. Jameis Winston making his first start for the Saints. Aaron Rodgers is back, but he's obviously had drama with his team. Is he going to put that away and just go ahead and play football? This is obviously going to be played in Jacksonville because of the hurricane. But either way, if this was going to be played in the Superdome, I believe that stadium is called, I was going to pick the Packers. And that's what I'm going to do here. Now we got the Bears and the Rams. I wish Justin Fields was starting, but it's going to be Andy Dalton. Matthew Stafford's making his first start as a Ram. The defense is still the same. Obviously, Cam Akers is gone, but they brought in Sony Michel. Don't know how much of an impact he'll have. This could be a very good defensive game. I can see why this is the Sunday night game. I'm going to go with the Rams. And finally, you got the Monday night game, the Ravens and the Raiders. The Ravens, not so good in the backfield. They don't have any more running backs besides from Gus Edwards and Lamar Jackson. And oh yeah, they took Le'Veon Bell to their practice squad. That just made my day yesterday when I saw that. That washed up piece of crap. Okay, so the Ravens don't have the best running backs. Obviously, Gus Edwards is their main running back. Lamar Jackson's got to try to throw it more then. Obviously, they drafted Rashad Bateman. They brought in Sammy Watkins. You go get your money, man. They still have Devin Duvernay if they want to use him. Marquise Brown. So we'll see what happens there. The Raiders, they signed KJ Wright. I think their defensive front will be better. But that O-line took a dip. This is something that I could see the Raiders. This is a game that I could see the Raiders upsetting the Ravens. But I'm not picking the Raiders. I am picking the Ravens. And then week 2, the Chiefs will obviously beat the Ravens. Oh, spoiler. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What's your predictions? And as always, see you in the next video for week 2. See you.